So Jason Tatum's got a brand new shoe. I've been playing in them and they're quite good despite a couple of aspects being quite bad. But as far as performance is concerned, super solid. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got the performance review on these bad boys right here, even though I will call them very loose bad boys because they're just like, it's the materials, guys. Just spoiler alert, the materials suck. Like, they're so bad. I'm not gonna get into it. But this is the Jordan Tatum 4, this is the box, and this is the outsole, and holy fucking shit. These things grip like crazy. As you can see, they really took a no-nonsense approach with the outsole, which I personally love. They added herringbone in there, and it's just all herringbone everything. On top of that, they've done it in a way to where it kind of reminds me of the Jordan, I think it was the 34 that had the radial or the spinning looking herringbone, and they've done that right here in the center with the red piece. And yeah, it's just like really cool, dude. Like I like the way that these grip the floor. I will say, and this is probably just with my pair, although I hope, but sometimes when you have the rubber coming out of the tooling molds, like they'll have essentially like a greased up pan, like if you were to like make a pie or something like that, or a cake, I don't know, I don't stuff, but like, you know what I mean, to make sure that it comes out there in one piece and like smoothly and stuff. It just felt like mine had a lot of film on there because initially it was kind of slick and it took me a little bit to like burn that film off. And then I got really good grip after that. So that's my only like maybe a warning, but even then I don't think that that'll be an everyone thing. It might've just been my pair thing. But yeah, this guy right here, great traction, zero complaints. Outside of the slickness at first. It does feel a little soft though, so that's something to keep in mind. If you're an outdoor only player, this might not be the best option, especially coupled with the cushioning that they actually used in this guy, which is kind of unfortunate because a lot of the cushion that's in here, like that would be great for outdoors. It's just one little piece. Once you burn through that rubber, the shoe's essentially toast. Uh-oh. But as far as cushion is concerned, the midsole itself is Cushlon 3.0. It's super soft, it's super springy. I absolutely love it. It's comfortable. Like, it's so comfortable, it's ridiculous. Is this the most comfortable Jordan Tatum so far? I would say yes. The 3 was really comfortable, but like this one is like super comfortable. I think it's because these don't have the rubber cup sole that the 3 did. Even though the 3 tried to mitigate like that kind of like caged feeling by having ginormous holes all over it. Whereas this guy right here is just a straight slab of Cushlon and it just feels like it. It's comfortable, bro. Now the one aspect to where like if you were to burn through the rubber outsole, they'll be cooked, is right here in the forefoot. They actually have unlock zoom again, so that was nice to see. It is isolated to the forefoot, but once that rubber is gone, that forefoot unit's gonna be exposed and it's just not gonna be good. And being unlocked like that, that means that there's no space or no housing, I should say. Like there's the surround, but it's open on the bottom and it's gonna be open on the top. And so your zoom unit could just simply fall right out or pop or whatever. So again, outdoors, probably not the best option unless it's your only option, but indoors, totally fine. And as far as the zoom unit is concerned, can you actually feel it, especially that it's unlocked, coupled with that Cushlon 3.0? Not so much, which is kind of like interesting because you would think that you would feel like the extra spring, but the Cushlon 3.0 is so springy on its own that the whole thing feels like you're almost wearing full-length zoom. So it's like really weird. So it just all feels very consistent. Is that a bad thing? I don't think so. It just means that you're getting a ton of cushion, but you're still like fairly grounded on the floor. So I never felt like I was like too high or anything like that or unstable. It was just an awesome ride. Like from the midsole down, these are so good that it makes what they chose to do on the upper like so disappointing. Speaking of which, the materials suck ass. Like that would be my official term for what they chose to do here. I will say that there is a purpose behind it, and I also will say that it looks like different colorways feature a lot more material options, so this particular colorway might just be the worst of them. According to the press release, the upper is made and built in a way, not just like design-wise, but the materials themselves. It's made to feel broken in right out of the box. I don't know if they remember this, but you can achieve that goal with textiles. So like, while I don't love textiles, they do absolutely work, and we've seen them used on the previous models from the Tatum line, from the 1, 2, and 3. This one strips all of the textiles away and instead puts nothing but synthetic. So the base layer is a synthetic, and it's an ultra cheap synthetic on top of that, and then the top layer, or all of these overlays that look like they could be suede, are felt. Like, it's like an art project in kindergarten, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just kind of like, bro, like, why? you couldn't put actual suede on there. The way that the paneling is that you can definitely upgrade the top layers without affecting that bottom layer and still achieve the same goal of having that ultra broken in feeling right out of the box. You know what I mean? Like the way that all of these little cutouts are, like basically all the lines that you see along the upper are that base layer shell, which makes the top layer ultra flexible because you're flexing around them. But the materials just like, I don't know, like Reebok does better than this, which isn't actually a dig because Reebok usually does really nice stuff with materials. But I have a pair of Shacks from Kohl's. Okay, I'm gonna make another video because like I got a new pair. I got them for dirt cheap. That shoe has better materials than this shoe. Now, do the materials work and are they supportive enough? I suppose. Like they are good enough for basketball. It's just that when we're talking about price and the product, they just don't match up. You know what I mean? Like the only reason why I bring up that Shaq shoe from Kohl's is because they are so dirt cheap. Like they retail for like $49 or something like that. And when a shoe like that gives you better materials per its price, like that's the thing where it's like, bro, that's a head scratcher. And on top of that, like you'd be like, hey, they don't have the zoom and the cushion. This is true, but those shoes are still really comfortable, which is surprising. So that's what I'm saying. Like, how can you get in today's world a $40 sneaker that feels just as good, if not better than a $120 to $30 sneaker? Like that just doesn't, it just should not be like that. This logo right here should be premium everything. That's what it means. That's what it used to mean. That's what I feel like it still should mean. So this, it's just a disappointment. I'm sorry. The fit is true to size. Whatever you typically wear with your Jordan Tatums, that's exactly what I would go with. These feel very much like the last model, the Tatum 3s. They feel like they're built almost on the same last. So again, I would go with that. The lockdown is decent. There are certain flex points along the upper, like with the eye stay, where they bow away from your foot instead of moving with it. But the shell that they use to kind of like make the entire upper does help out with that. So it doesn't like feel like they're lacking support in any way within the upper itself. So yeah, go true to size for most. I think you'll be good to go. As far as the support is concerned, this was one of the things that I was kind of like surprised with, because when you hold the shoe in hand, like they're very just, they feel very cheap. Like even the heel is like really like not great. You know what I mean? Like it's not like a super strong sturdy heel. The midfoot torsion is basically this like plastic piece on the medial and lateral side of the midsoles, and like you could twist the out of these things, you know what I mean? So like I was just like, bro, I just hope that I don't hurt myself, and I hope that they're okay. And surprisingly, they're solid. So like I don't know what kind of weird magic has gone into this shoe right here, because it goes against everything that I know for performance basketball, but these just, they work. You know what I mean? Like they might feel cheap and flimsy, but they do work. So are they gonna work for everybody? Like maybe somebody bigger, stronger, heavier, faster, and just a little bit more weight than me, maybe they'll break something like this. Like put this on Zion, let's see what happens. But for somebody like me, or maybe somebody like Tatum, it's gonna work out just fine. I will say that even though I fit on a couple of the categories, even though it's a solid performance shoe, I do like the way that they look. I think that this is probably the coolest looking Tatum. I know that it has nothing to do with performance, but I do really like the way that they look. I think that the white and black, or black and white with a little bit of red, I think that those are dope. But yeah, with all of that being said, what is today's viewer submitted question of the day?
Do you think there's a correlation between Halliburton, Tatum, and Damian Lillard getting injured while playing / launching their new shoes?
No, it's just really poor timing. So if we're talking about Dame, well, his shoe came out after, like the 9 had been out.
I thought the only correlation between the three of them was that they all wear the same number.
They're all in a 0?
Yeah.
Okay, and they're all guards. They all play in the NBA. You know what I mean? Like, wow.
They really love basketball.
Yeah, like what a conspiracy. You know what I mean? There's something against basketball players. But no, seriously, like we don't know the condition that Dame was in prior to his injury. Did he have a calf strain or not? We don't know.
To be fair, they do say while playing or launching.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well, yeah, I would say that that's the only, like Dame's shoe launched afterwards, the Dame X or Dame 10, whatever they call it. So like whatever happened to him, like for those of you guys that don't know, because I know that there's a lot of speculation with injuries like the Achilles, it's simply put an overuse injury. So it's not from tons of traction or whatever, you know what I mean? Like it's not the shoes and stuff. Could it be the shoes in certain instances? Like if the shoes have too soft or mushy cushion, sure, it could play a small role where you're constantly stressing out your ligaments, which is stuff that I've said constantly, where it's just like, I will not wear this casually. It's just too much cushion for me. playing in it, sure, it's fine. But when I am out and about and just walking around, I'm wearing really firm shoes, like an Air Jordan 1 or a pair of Vans or whatever it is. It's just easier on my legs, you know what I mean? I don't need all of that cushion because your leg and your ligaments are trying to balance yourself on top of all of that the entire day, especially if you're on your feet all day. So to me, that's not a good thing. And I personally just feel the difference. But overall, these injuries, these Achilles injuries, are overuse injuries. Like, that is the number one aspect or the number one reason for them happening. Same thing with Tatum. I don't remember if he was injured or listed as injured or having a strain, but essentially a calf strain is a small tear in your calf. And as somebody that has torn their calf, it sucks. I'm surprised that they can play, but it must be a minor tear, even though it obviously becomes major, you know what I mean? Because what happens is your Achilles is attached to your calf, and if your calf is weak, your Achilles in direct correlation with that is going to be weak too. So Halliburton playing with a listed calf strain was stupid. Plain and simple. I've had this discussion with many friends, and they think it's admirable. They're like, yeah, he was going to get a chip. I get that, but your career's on the line too. Clearly, the chip didn't work. Like, you tore your before that even happened. So a calf strain, you got to rest that thing. The last time that we saw somebody with a calf strain was Kevin Durant, and guess what happened? He played on it, tore his Achilles. How about you let that thing rest? So yeah, it has nothing to do with the shoes and all that stuff. I keep seeing people be like, yeah, is it the trash? No, dude, if it was traction and like stuff like that, you know that every player wears that, right? And they all play on pristine courts. They all get great traction. You would see everybody going down with Achilles injuries. So yeah, overuse injury. These guys are deep in the playoffs. They're not getting a lot of rest. Who knows if they're even hydrated? I think that's another like big factor, is like hydration is a big issue. And if they're taking supplements that could be dehydrating them, you just don't know what's going on. You can speculate all you want, but blaming one thing over the next without actual concrete facts or information is, let's just say, to put it nicely, irresponsible. But yeah, what was the question? Is there any correlation? No, pure coincidence. It's an overuse injury. They're deep in the playoffs. They all wear shoes. You know what I mean? Like, wow. So yeah, solid question, but simple answer. But with all of that being said, sound off below and let us know what you think about the Jordan Tatum 4s. Do you think that this is the best looking? On top of all of that, are you excited to play in them? Again, the best features are traction and cushion by far. The weakest would be the materials, as well as just the overall structure of things. But despite all of that, they did play really well, so they might stay in my bag. I'm not sure yet. I only have 3 slots. So far it's the Dawn Issue 7s. I usually have a pair of Sabrinas in there. I don't know what the third spot is going to go to. Maybe it's the AE2s. Who knows? But the best Jordan Tatum so far, by far. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next one. So until then, you guys have a good one.